Tonight's topic is social media. I first came across social media about 1998 with the advent of Trade Me. They soon had another site up called Old Friends, which was the stalker's paradise. You could go on there and find out what your old classmates were up to, and then find out what relationships they're in because they'd changed their names, and you could match their class to it. And people posted photos up there so you could match them to that. And they also had a chat room where you could get additional information about your stalking activities from that particular area. And that went on for a while, and then this guy Zuckerberg from Harvard, Zuckerberg. Thank you very much, Charlotte, for correcting me there. This dude from Harvard put on this thing called Facebook. So I joined it straight away, and I think I was number, I don't know, 500,000 around the world or something, so I joined it straight away. And I started building up my social media empire. The reason why I'm talking to you tonight is I got this little thing this guy Dave gave me on Saturday. It's a neat little thing. I'll pass it around. I was quite chuffed about getting it. I've never seen one before in my whole Toastmasters journey. So this guy Dave comes over from Christchurch. I don't know, he's some Dave Templeman is just a director. He gives me this thing. So I put it on Facebook. I was quite proud. I was quite chuffed, and the first couple of comments were well done and well deserved. And then the next one said, I didn't know you had a long penis.
Oh.
And I thought to myself, well, you know, like, that's rather strong. And I said, Gwyn, only you would think of that. And then, lo and behold, the next comment came from Robert Woolley. He grounded on me and said, yeah, harden up, Mr. Elphick. And I thought, this is disgusting.
Yeah.
This is really disgusting. One, I've got an outstanding member, and two, harden up. So, social media is a fickle beast. It's a double-edged sword. It doesn't matter what you say, it'll be misconstrued. I love going on the spiritual sites, and I'm a bit of an empath, so I go into these spiritual sites and I obtain solace in looking for things like narcissists and sociopaths, and getting to know those particular signs, because those sort of people used to get to me. Don't get to me so much now because I avoid them. I see the signs and I avoid them. I avoid their negativity, I avoid them using me. So anyway, I go into these sites and I've made a lot of friends. I've made a lot of friends in Toastmasters. I've made a lot of friends in my peer group. When I was on the board, after I did my board time, and I'd arranged a whole lot of conventions for the Accountants and Tax Agents Institute in New Zealand, they made me a fellow. So I'm actually a peer authority. What I mean by a peer authority is people come to me, ask me questions. I also help out on the social media side, because we've got a Q&A forum where people post up weird questions and we answer them for them. So we're just part of this peer group that's on social media helping each other. So I do that. I get the social media with my business interests, Anywhere Business Network, and also the Taxman and me. So I've got me as a person, I've got Anywhere Business Network, which is business coaching, and then I have a Taxman, which is pure tax. So I have these three entities going. That's just on Facebook. I have the Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Twitter going at the same time. So I feed those using a tool called Buffer. A Buffer feeds all that information in there, and then the posts appear on those as well. So I've got a couple of contractors working for me. One in Mapua, and I did that convention with Kerry as well. Toastmaster from Mapua, Kerry. Bainbridge. Yeah. And we're talking away about it, and she was talking that she uses a thing called MailPilot in her blog posts. MailPilot then automatically RSS feeds it to newsletters, and those newsletters can be buffered to social media. So when you buffer it, you can put it to social media with Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, and your Facebook sites all at the same time. So write one post on one blog post, and it's everywhere. Who remembers the famous way to sell things, a marketer's way of selling things? There was a famous comment, and I'll outline it for you. Wash, rinse, repeat. And that was designed to sell twice as much shampoo as a person needed. So, you took a bottle of shampoo, normally people wash it, scrub it up and rinse it. But how do you sell twice as much? Wash, rinse, repeat. It's the same with these blog posts. What I've been doing is feeding them in through Facebook in the last degree. That's coming from a blog, feeding through Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn and Facebook. And then from Facebook, I can be compiling a once a month newsletter. And the newsletter is one of those glossy ones that goes opens and shuts, and it looks quite fantastic. People say, oh, that's neat, I never knew that. Yet, it's been a single blog post originally, then that's been recycled. So, rinse, wash, repeat. I've been doing a lot of study with digital media. Digital media is, when you look at it, on average, a person will look at your post somewhere 7 times before they make a buying decision. 7 times. So it's only fair that you show it to the punters 7 times through the various media. And some of those media, that media circle that I'm talking about, into the newsletter, which gets presented, and then the newsletter then gets posted onto the website as a newsletter archive so people can look it up once again. In that circle, you've got various ways where you can boost your posts. So when it gets to Facebook, I love Facebook because you can laser target individuals. What I mean by that is that Facebook Insights are incredible. I'm still after being able to target one-armed bandits who happen to live in Baja, Mexican bandits. I'm sure Facebook would come up with that classification and be able to do a boosted post on it. So what I mean by that is I can pick, because of the insights from my website so far, and I'll explain this because it might sound sexist, 70% of my posts are read by women between the ages of 25 and 65. And that's pretty consistent. Pretty darn consistent with social media. So if I'm going to boost a post, I don't even bother with men anymore. I don't. They're not going to read it. It's fact. So, I make it gender neutral as possible. I don't want to offend anybody. Going back to our original argument, it's quite easy to get misconstrued on the internet, isn't it? With an outstanding member that has to harden up. So going back to that particular argument, it's easy to get misconstrued. So, and they're quite an eclectic mob. There's a lot of people. So I target my post at women because they're spending money. God, I want to generate some sales. I tend to only pick those over 25. And because there's a slight amount of desperation in the product I'm selling, I only pick those with kids to add to the desperation factor. So it's not necessarily people with disposable income that I'm after. I'm after people who are actually motivated to make some part-time earnings. On my taxman site, it's marketed solely at clients. You might wonder what that distinction is. Well, the distinction is that all my clients from the taxman come from word of mouth. Everybody knows what word of mouth advertising is about. Every single one of the clients that walked in my door in the last week, the last 7 days that is, because there's not many days gone in the week, I've gained an extra 7 clients, and that's on average every week. Each one of those clients is worth anything from $300 to $1,000 just from that last week. Every one of those clients was referred by another client. So that's the impact there. One of these days I'm going to start hiding, not picking up the phone and just crawling into a little hole somewhere. The reason being is that I've got enough work in the taxman. What I'm doing though in Anywhere business is developing digital earnings with autoresponders, back office procedures, which don't allow me to have much intervention. Anywhere business also appeals to my existing clients by introducing them to business planning and strategic planning and trying to make them make more money or reach the goals and aspirations they want to achieve. Goals and aspirations aren't always monetary. And this is what I've learned from social media as well, is people like us don't necessarily need a whole lot more money shoveled at them. They're looking to make a connection with people in the first instance. And dare I say it, it's hard to explain this particular aspect, but they're looking for detached love. And what I mean by detached love is that they're looking for some sense of belonging, empathy. They're looking for a sense of goodwill. Now, the sites that I'm on with my peer group, every one of my peer group knows me more than first name. They know my wife's first name. And the type of posts that we get in there, if they were posted in the 1960s, could have got me divorced. What I mean by that is they're not risque or anything. They're just really friendly. Do you know what I mean by those particular comments? So what I'm saying there is that people on that site trust everybody. The people on my main site, like me, who like me, I wouldn't trust one iota. A few of them are my friends, my dearest friends too, and I would trust them. But I wouldn't put too much stuff in there. Why? I come back to the comment that came back a couple of minutes ago. Some of those people are ruthless, cutthroat people. I have got Grumbles Wilson up in Reefton, really great client. He's just separated from his wife. His wife is also a friend on Facebook, and she's over in Christchurch. And Grumbles and Rob Woolley gang up on me quite often on Facebook. You know, they say, for example, I'm a National Party supporter, so I get old Maureen. I support Maureen. I'm the Proj secretary of the National Party here, so at the same time I'll say to Maureen, you know, I'll support you. I'm only branch secretary because I stood with her election campaign because I believe in her as a person. Rob doesn't see it that way. He thinks that the National Party is responsible for all housing problems in New Zealand completely. There's no doubts about it, and it can be solved tomorrow. Like, I'll
Star Trek Enterprise. Yes, yes. Well, could we have 1,000 houses in Auckland delivered now? Oh, Roger, they'll materialise overnight. We don't have to build them, we don't have to find builders, we don't even have to find building materials, we don't have to find investors. In fact, Auckland's got so much land available for people to go to at the moment, it's pretty incredible. Over, Roger, and out.
Now, if you have a look at that sort of situation, that's probably what is needed. But unless you're smoking drugs, it's not going to happen overnight. Or this side of the election cycle. Getting back to the media, the social media part. It's all these things are being debated. They're being debated infinitum, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you like arguing, or you're a troll, like my friend, hey Rob, if you're a troll, you can have fun on the internet 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because the world is divided into time zones. It's always happy hours somewhere. And I believe a lot of the people that get onto the internet, especially when their spelling deteriorates, have had large glasses of wine, or they might be smoking drugs. So I'll leave you as this outstanding member who needs to harden up with one last comment. Now, there was an age restriction on Facebook when it came out, if you had to be over 13. I'll just ask you a question. Charlotte, when did you first post on Facebook?
At age 13. It was Bebo that I posted at age 10.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Toastmaster, Madam Toastmaster.